player who must really stand up today.
Will he be able to lift his level? Keylor Navas, again, Pepe with Ramos in front of him, and Casemiro. The headlines say Zidane looking for his Makalele. Taking a look at the starting lineup for Celta. Might be a few changes out there along that back line. Lanas can play a bit to the inside. Mayo more of a right back. Of course, that might push Johnny up the flank if Real Madrid allows. Eduardo Berizzo, a Bielcista as they call them. He has been tutored at the feet of the legendary Bielsa. Jesus Gil, the young referee out of Extremadura, through Madrid. The referee today, Angel Navarro, Jose Fernandez down the line, and Borja Villa, the man with the whistle. There is the surprise of the day. We'll get more into it, but Ruben Blanco, the young 20-year-old, stepping in between the pipes for the normal starter, Sergio. We are underway. The dark-clad Celta moving from the right, defending the goal to the left. The all-whites of Real Madrid. Phil Shane and Ray Hudson with you, and glad you could join us. Real Madrid starting the day in third. They will be third, win, lose, or draw. Celta, meanwhile, starting the day in sixth, but could climb to fifth.
Nice. Lovely little cutback ball by Sergio Ramos there. Won't be in a highlight film, but confidence right from the get-go. Lovely slick football. Again, nice link up in that midfield. Whites look as if they've got their boots on the right feet here today. Nicely again.
Out wide, Isco. Ronaldo back to Alarcón. Tries to turn it inside, but it's stripped away by Mayo. The sometimes hot-headed but very talented defender.
Yeah, young boy, 24-year-old, Spanish Youth International, as many of these Celts are, Phil. Playing in resplendent black jerseys today. The nice accents, spiffy kit, back against white. Nice.
Touched to the inside and played all the way back. First touch, Ruben Blanco, and he's under pressure. Left foots it out of danger nicely.
Beautiful.
Touching it.
Composure with that left foot, cushioning it away from the oncoming pressure, and coolly, very coolly, spraying it out. 20-year-old Spanish Youth International again, Phil, Ruben Blanco. What a name to come into this place with.
Nolito, by the way, on that clearance, his first touch since the start of the month.
Good run!
Ball inside, whipped up and over.
Good, brave run. Again, Danilo coming in with some criticism, but been playing well in my eyes and his, and keeping faith with him. Marcelo is fit. Danilo shifts his way past the midfield of Celta and has a good red-hot crack at it. Good look at the ex-America man. Went to Santos, ended up in the great Porto before going for big money to Real Madrid. And questions still concern him, Phil, if he was worth all that money.
What do you think?
I like him, but he has been erratic and he has been at fault sometimes. When he's on, he is very, very impressive. Let's see how he does today.
Touched away. Here is Nolito.
What
good
a
ball forward, trying to drop it to the feet of Daniel Vaz, but
and there's that conditions as well. The ball played over the top. The intention was right, but the ball skids away from Vaz. He's got no chance of catching up with it once it evaded his outstretched right foot. So the players have got to take that into account, and it'll take a few minutes for them to adjust to the skid of the ball and the pace of their passes. Beautiful touch.
Into the middle and plucked back by Casemiro.
Yep. Nice touch from young Borja there. 18-year-old young Borja Mayorel.
Kovacic dribbling into pressure, getting rid of it. Casemiro. Good lunge by Pepe to keep it alive, and it leads to this. Carvajal over for Lucas. Racks that ball inside off the head of Sergio Gomez.
Take a look at Mayoral's run inside. That is a wonderful darting run that dictates the pass from Vasquez. It's well covered in the end by Celta, but a lovely run by Mayorel that doesn't get served. because of Celta's defence.
From the corner, back post, looking for Pepe, flicked on, only as far as Kovacic.
Oh, again,
back in for the big man, tries to whip it across, deflected. Now it's the other centre back in Ramos.
More typical of Kovacic's vision and touch, seeing the easy targets inside of the box and going away from the easy invitation, slap into the middle and going for a lovely dagger ball down the flank.
Both teams making 5 substitutions.
This is an impressive opening 4 minutes from Los Blancos at home, giving the fans plenty to relish here.
Borja trying to force that one in. Pepe again marauding forward, but now out of position.
Look at this pressure. 3 on 1. That's what warmed the cockles of Zidane's heart, Phil. And that's one of the reasons this man's been brought in. The ex-Sao Paulo man. Down and dirty, clean and hard. And a good pass of the ball, Casemiro. That's the one thing that so many people overlook and don't even recognise sometimes. It's not just the little easy A to B passes. He can spray it about. A la Mascherano. Really complete player with a lot of scope in his game.
Carvajal down towards the goal line. Isco keeps it in. No, he doesn't.
Again, it's not the direction of the pass or even the weight of the pass. It's the conditions that Eduardo Berizzo is happy to see take that ball out. Mother Nature involved here today. The rain looks as if it's stopped though right now.
Berizzo, the man that stepped in when Luis Enrique went across to Barcelona. Ex-Newell's old boys. Spent some time in Mexico with Atlas. Some time in Europe with Marseille. And over a century's worth of games with Celta as a player.
Carvajal sending an early message to Nolito. It's going to be a long night.
Nolito getting the start against Villarreal. A tough match. Scoreless in that one. I think Celta would probably take another scoreless draw if they could walk away from the Bernabeu with a point. 12-6-9. One of the top scoring teams in Spain, but defensively down towards the bottom.
Yeah, they've conceded more than they've scored, which is a bit of an anomaly, Bill. 44 goals conceded against how many goals have they scored?
39, and this for a team in European spots.
Yep, knocking on the door. Not far behind Real Madrid in the standings this morning, so they are really looking to climb up the ladder. The highest they've ever got in La Liga is 8th place, which was last season. And a team that's been a bit of a yo-yo team. It's a good ball again. Oh, he's in.
Chance now top of the box, but it just kicks off the heels.
Well, Pepe does enough to get back and cover. But really good ball again, played through over the top nicely and chased down impressively by Aspas.
8th minute, halfway done. Near side touch from Planes, another ex-Barca boy. Foul here in the midfield, Vasquez. Sees Zidane at the edge of his technical area. Of course, Real Madrid, historic day tomorrow, celebrating its 114th anniversary.
He's pushing through the back. That should have been called a foul. It was a beautiful ball over the top for Aspas, but I thought that it was cleanly won by Pepe, but you saw certainly a push or shove into the back of him before he played the ball.
Vaz trying to push it down the line, but Johnny could not keep it in play. Real Madrid grabs it back. March 6th, 1902, when Real Madrid came into being. 32-time champions in between, but they will not be this year unless things turn around drastically, and that could start today. He came out on the challenge. Carvajal didn't care. And now Real Madrid off to the races. Vasquez Cristiano on that far flank shows, but they'll launch it down the line nicely. Here's Danilo.
Good position.
The erstwhile right
him,
back in for
up
Ronaldo. Back to his left, but poked away at the last moment by Gomez.
Beautiful play from Danilo.
Volleyed but wide.
He invites his ball up. A wonderful positional awareness by Danilo. And the ball's on this right side. Finds its way over to Danilo, who sets up the dark invader nicely, and he skips the light fantastic, but the reach in is beautiful by Johnny, just getting his toe poke away.
Mayo into the middle, pops up on Marcelo Diaz, the Chilean, one of the heroes of Chile's Copa America run last summer. Pass to the middle, but Aspas had peeled away, and it goes straight to Vasquez. Diaz only about 5'4", but a huge impact potentially for the Celta side, allowing Vaz and Hernandez to push up even more. There is Hernandez, another Chilean, the ex-DC United man, in fact. Near side, Planes. Don't forget, more action coming your way from Liga. PSG taking on Montpellier. Check out beInSports.com for details. That starts noon Eastern. PSG trying to avoid its second straight loss. Little flip forward from Orellana, the Chilean. Sees that one cleared away as Zidane muttering to himself, heading back to the bench. Nice from Aspas. Aspas, a player with so much promise. Well, trickles back to Navas. When he came out of Celta the first time, went to Liverpool and never found his feet in a couple of seasons at Anfield. Finally went to Sevilla, reborn a bit, and then Celta grabbed him back when they could. And he's been a huge key since coming back last season. Pepe with some backspin, almost finds Ronaldo, but cut out by the captain. Manes up the line, but off target for Orellana, taken back by Carvajal, trying to cross. Danilo down the line, wants it. Isco with something else in mind, but it hangs in the air and headed to safety. Smart play. Manes banging it off and grabbing the throw. 12-6-9 for Celta, 6-2-5 away. Their defense has been a bit tighter. Their offense a little less evident, but respectable. Real Madrid, meanwhile, 11-1-2 at home. Again, the top offense. But they have been vulnerable defensively. And now that Nolito is back, that could give Celta some reason to hope.
Early indications are Real Madrid going to have to watch for those dangerous long balls, but Ramos saying, how'd you like that one? Serving up danger, and a beautiful diagonal pass. This Celta team certainly looking to threaten like this on the quick break, and Aspas looking very dangerous in that centre position. Look out.
Cutting to the inside, Nolito sneaks it in. Vaz wide for Aspas. The cross bangs off of Ramos.
Good football, wasn't it, though, in the lead-up, or engineered by Nolito. Still alive.
Rihanna in, the header open. Bounce off first the post, and second Navas, who denies Aspas from point-blank range.
Well, the flag has gone up, perhaps, or the whistle's certainly been blown, but Diego Aspas looks as if he's been victimized somehow. Was it a handball that Pepe is claiming? Or is it offside? Either way, it's helter-skelter chaos. He rises beautifully, beautiful header. Is this the handball? Nothing there. I don't see. There's the handball. Right there. It seemed that he got control of it. A beautiful ball played in. Magisterial header. It's got everything. Angle, distance, placement, a hit. Navas is brilliant. And the handball right there that everybody sees and is called by the linesman.
Here they come again, but denied in the midfield by Casemiro.
Marvellous again by the Costa Rica man. It's Superman for Real Madrid. Brilliant again, Keylor Navas.
Casemiro quietly snuffing out the next chance for Celta. Now it's Real Madrid on the attack. Carvajal, 3 in front. Plays it square. Kovacic. With
the
Vasquez.
Header had beaten Navas, all ends up. There's nothing he could do. His defence went missing in that central area and allowed a free header that will worry Zidane. But his big white skinny friends, the crossbar and the goalpost come up. But then after that, Navas's reaction was again just world class. Continues to keep Real Madrid in games where they have been let down by shoddy defending. Brilliant, Keylor.
beInSports.com for all the latest on La Liga and beyond, and share your thoughts. Should Real let Ramos and Ronaldo go? Is there any truth to those reports? You kind of sense, though, with the transfer ban looming, Ray, that if they can't find a way to win any silverware this year, there could be wholesale changes.
But this again, what a perfect pass and a near perfect header. But this goalkeeper comes out and attacks everything in the blink of an eye. Where his teammates in front of him are hesitating, Navas is electric.
This is a home match for Real Madrid, but Ray, you kind of sense, considering the vitriol that has been poured out of late, Real Madrid might actually feel more comfortable away from home. If that ball had gone in, you can only imagine the sounds that would have surrounded them.
Which is why the big players have got to stand up in this game and really laid the way for a lot of these youngsters, Phil. And it's been a bright start for Real Madrid, but as I had said, Celta Vigo threatening in serious ways when they do either get in advanced positions with the quality of service into the box or the springboard attack, distance over the top and trying to turn around the central defenders.
Flicked into the middle. Celta trying to build. Serie A action with Napoli Chievo coming your way 2 p.m. on beIN Sports.
And quality football by Celta in that midfield area. Finds the lead.
Tries to drive on Carvajal, hoping for at least a corner, but it stays in for Vasquez. Touched back into the path of Ronaldo. And a breakaway saving tackle in the back by Gomez.
Would have loved to have seen that ball just get away from Diaz there and get through. He had the space begging in front of him, but it was nicely dealt with, as much as it was a last-ditch tackle after that ricochet. He dealt with it. Sun coming out.
A strange kind of day in what has been a strange kind of season. Rain and wind whipping around at kickoff. And now bright skies overhead.
Call that a squall, Phil, a squall.
There's been a few squalls at the Bernabeu this year. A few diapers that perhaps needed to be changed as well, with some of the young players getting blooded. Now in but off target for Vasquez.
You're right, it is off target. It's the right pass, and the Portuguese international is surprised at himself. We've seen Pepe provide killer balls for Real Madrid, but a simple A to B pass that couldn't find Lucas there. If it had, the kid was spinning and turning. See the kid, 24-year-old now, Lucas Vasquez, come up through the ranks of Real Madrid, through the Castilla, C and B. Now he's with the big A team.
Been there since 2007, along with Hesse and Borja. 2007, a good season.
Oh, bad header.
In the wake of Zidane's departure as a player.
Tremendous covering, though, again by Casemiro, putting out the fire from Pepe.
Question with Casemiro. What we've seen here today is what we expected to see. Why did it take so long for Zinedine Zidane to see it as well?
You asked some wonderful questions, Phil. I don't know.
And again, coming out saying he wants a Makelele-type role from the Brazilian.
The manner in which Casemiro showed up in some games when he did get his early starts were really impressive. You're right, it is a bit of a puzzle, but when you're seeing a player in the working week and you've got that array of superstars, maybe El Presidente said you play the footballers in front of the destroyers, but maybe Zidane's went in and had words with the president and said, I'm doing it my way now, big boy.
It's Ronaldo, and the young keeper Blanco keeps the sheet clean.
Lovely stinger from Cristiano as he turns in. This is a wicked shot. It's got power, but it's got curve on it, like Jessica Rabbit, but well dealt with by Ruben.
Let's go to the top. Driven up and over. Corner kick upcoming for Real Madrid.
A chance to take a look at this, and we will. Cristiano comes in. Look at this. This is a wonderful stinger. Had he been able to get a little bit more under it and a little bit more away, that's got him beaten. But he deals with it, and that's a confidence booster. Giving the thumbs up to his defence. Not sure what for.
Isco making the run, wanted it back, lifted Carvajal, back post, and 3 white shirts in the way. Pepe back to the middle, settles Isco, controls, denied, another point-blank stop by Blanco.
It's superb by Pepe in his coolness, picking out the right pass amongst the forest of players, and it finds Isco beautifully. Look at this, that's intended for Isco. Lovely chest. His chest turns into a velvet cushion, and then his left hammer comes out, but he cannot whip it away from the goalkeeper.
Isco from the corner, edge of the 6, Voss with a header. Pepe back to the middle, but too many black jerseys in sight. Carvajal, last man back.
With the Celta team.
Isco caresses it across.
Absolutely filling the box here in defence of numbers and allowing Real Madrid the ball outside of the areas a little bit too loosely for me. Like, Celta coach Berizzo will want more pressure applied, but doesn't seem to be their MO here. They're just collapsing into the box in numbers. Another hard tackle. Ex-Barca man, Nolito.
Back to Blanco. This is the 4th match that Blanco has played this season. Sergio's been the regular starter. Won the first 2, although he lost in January at Malaga.
So lucky Isco. He wanted to get it off of his foot, to play it out wide to Danilo, who again had found good position out wide. Bags of space, but not finding it. As you say, Phil, the Chilean national there, Oriana, tiptoeing through the tulips beautifully.
Diaz, let's pick it up, he says. Back to Hernandez. Wide for Johnny. And again, Diaz didn't sync up with HSV as much as you would have thought, but Hamburg's loss, Celta's gain.
Aye.
Poor touch into the middle, no chance as Celta now forced to retreat. Isco. 17-6-4 for Real Madrid. Mentioned 11 of the 17 wins have come at home. Nice turn, Casemiro away from pressure. And a giveaway now. Lifted up and over, maybe a panicked shot. Could have been 2v2.
It's a speculative shot, Phil. He's looking bravely to the back of the net beyond Keylor Navas and really goes and rolls his skill dice, but they come up snake eyes. Would have been a hell of a goal.
Another whistle. Vasquez getting stepped on. Barcelona in action up in the Basque Country against Eibar. 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Might want to get your coffee ready today. Lifted by Isco, in for Vasquez. Can't quite control it. Almost accidentally sets up Kovacic. But it bangs Celta's way, and now out to the races. Orellana touch, now Vas brought down. Danilo with the foul, and that's going to be a caution.
Another quick raid from the Celts as the Presidentes look down, and Zidane sees Danilo go in for this. Chasing back, reaches out, there's very little contact on him. Oh, is that a handball? Not given. Good vocals there by young Ruben. Having a good game. Confidence buoyed by some really Spanish Youth International class saves.
Now from the restart, driven towards the 6, sails past Pepe, but past everyone. Nolito on the near side, isolated one-on-one though. Cuts back towards the goal line, bangs it off Vasquez. He'll settle for the corner.
Lovely sequence of skill there, going against the grain once and then screwing back.
A lot of the reports had Nolito having more of a disagreement than an injury. Unhappy that he wasn't moved in the transfer window. Tackle away, they'll try it again. Nolito actually coming out angrily, vociferously denying that. Says he's glad to be at Celta. Back for Orellana. Vasquez trying to force him. Flip back to Nolito. He can shoot from here. Instead passes this time, but sails it over everyone.
Well, there's clear signs that early going Real Madrid were going to get into that possession game and control this game, despite the youth, new involvements by Zidane. But Eduardo Berizzo's men, despite the fact that their statistics show leaking goals, have played well defensively, counting on the goalkeeper a few times, must be said, but he hasn't let them down so far. Again, got that edge, haven't they, in that midfield, and the threat up front. And of course, big John Guidetti not in the lineup so far.
He had been getting hot in the absence of Nolito.
Yeah.
And Guidetti is available on the bench. Carvajal bounced a little awkwardly, gets it down the line. Another player on the bench today, Ray. In fact, there had been some thought he might be in the starting lineup, is Gareth Bale.
Yeah, I thought he would be a starter as well, Phil, right from the get-go, but maybe the hero's laurels await Gareth later on in this game. I'm sure he'll be in.
Maybe some laurels in Rome, because that's where Real Madrid really needs them in their next match. Strong step up, Mayu.
Poor ball by Isco, and hearing it from this demanding crowd.
Roma visiting the Bernabeu in the next match midweek. Nolito
Little bit of
argues.
A pullback on Carvajal, reaching out when he had him under pressure, and there's nowadays always using those arms and hands, not often given, but that time spotted by the referee.
But this is a difficult stretch to the season for Real Madrid. First you have Celta, then the must-win against Roma. They travel to Las Palmas, which is never an easy flight, and that's not an easy team that's fighting against the drop. Then it's at home against Sevilla and the Clásico. Zidane definitely not getting any breaks. Maybe here, Celta getting a bit of a break.
Vasquez body checked off the ball, it seemed, and there's a Celta player down after that contact.
Well, it looks like it might be Planes. Finally, the whistle blows. No, it's Pablo Hernandez. And now the yellow card to Pepe. that might be more for complaining that the play was stopped.
I think it's more to do with the body check on Lucas Vázquez that wasn't given. If we see that again.
Don passing messages to Casemiro.
This injury to Pablo was involved in that. Here's that body check that I thought should have been called. I think it is Pablo Hernandez. I don't know how he's hurt his knee when he's turned his back on the player, but like certainly as Pablo glides past him, as Lucas glides past him, there's a clear foul that should have been called, and that's what was so irritable to Pepe.
You never see obstruction called anymore. That almost looked textbook, but as he's throwing the block up, it looked like Vázquez's knee hit his knee. So he might have gotten away with what was an apparent foul, but he did not come away unscathed. Chilean limping to the sideline. And now sportingly returned, although again the rules state the referee does not have to stop play unless it's a head injury. The fact that it looked like Real Madrid might be dribbling right into the zone where he was down, though, leading Gil to blow the whistle. 15 minutes left to go in this opening half. And at least for the moment, Real Madrid up a man. Carvajal. Rizzo signaling frantically for the referee to allow Hernandez back on the pitch. Gil's back is turned. Threaded through. Pinballs around. Ronaldo setting up camp near the spot, but
again, that was really good skill by Casemiro under tight circumstances, facing his own goal. This man on the ball played it well.
Kovacic playing on the right today. Isco on the left of that midfield three. It's off for Pepe, in for Casemiro. Nice build for Real Madrid. Patient. Again, keep an eye on the number 14. Seems to be the pivot here today. Borja into the area, tries to get it back, but Mayo able to intercept. How does Casemiro play that role differently than Toni Kroos does? What does Real Madrid get?
Two different players altogether, Phil. Toni Kroos a lot more creative and inventive and much more of an attacking visionary player. Casemiro, lock and load, he's got an aspect in him to certainly open up over distance, but you'll be looking him to be the Rottweiler in there much more than Toni Kroos. Press talk in Madrid this morning, seeing that Toni Kroos is attracting big interest from English clubs.
Nice tuck. Ramos trying to sneak that one inside. Kovacic dispossessed. Daniel Vaz getting a boot in.
Absolutely, not just getting a boot in, tracking back on him and pickpocketing him. Wonderful by the Danish international, and just personifying the good mindset from this Celta Vigo team. Cristiano looking a little bit down and out there with his hands on hips and hasn't had much to run on, has he?
Hernandez not going to be able to continue.
Yeah, I didn't like the way he was looking at the time when he went off and got attention.
That rule of thumb tends to be the less you roll around, the more you're hurt. And it looks like his knee at least with a bruise that will keep him on the sideline. They have Redoya if they wish. Razic also perhaps, but some attacking options as well. Not just Guidetti, but Beauvou, the young attacker brought over from France. Bongonda, who started a couple of games ago as well. Celta with some depth on the bench. But they didn't want to make the switch in the first half. Placido Domingo ready to belt out a chorus if Real Madrid can find a way to take the lead here. Just inside. Borja
Again, that's just beautiful, impressive football by Celta from the middle of the park.
Nolito forgot something along the way and has to come back to get it. Rattles around, but straight to Carvajal.
Sometimes, Phil, it may look as if Nolito is forgetting it, but believe me, that guile in his game can confuse the defenders as much as anybody.
Good ball from Diaz to his compatriot Orellana. Tries to drop it back, but a bit of a misread. Again, they've been out of sync for months. Straight to Casemiro, who starts the break. Ronaldo in full flight. Had the step, but Diaz stepped in first. Clearance banged off Kovacic. Celta holds on. Johnny out wide. Orellana wins the throw. And now they will get the chance to make the switch. It will be harder this season. Radoja, the young Serbian midfielder, 23 years of age, in his second season with Celta. More of a defensive midfielder. Hernandez more of a central. Maybe allow Diaz to push up just a bit. Here's Orellana. Sometimes the forgotten member of this front line for Celta, but can serve a good ball. Chilean drives it in towards the spot, cleared by Danilo, kept in play by Celta. Only 13 shots so far combined. Diaz towards the goal line. Appeared as though his shirt might have been tugged, but referee with a good view. Two home games lost this season by Real Madrid. Ray, they haven't lost 3 in a season in nearly a decade.
The youngster being kept faith. They've had a good look at him there. Real would be very much in the shadows of this game in the first half. This is a real tense tug-of-war game. And both the teams are playing nice slick football, and I think Celta's defence has been really holding up well to any sort of threat that Real Madrid have been throwing at them. It's been Celta's attack that has been a little bit more, I'd say, consistent, but certainly a little bit more edge about them in danger.
Ayo, good ball threaded through for Orellana. Tries to sneak it in, but off Casemiro and out. Well, let me ask you this, because you talk about the likes of a Vasquez and a Borja and a Kovacic, in fact, who's out there today. Those are 3 of the players that were, if you believe the initial interpretation, in the bullseye of Ronaldo's wrath after the derby loss. Here is Ronaldo trying to drop it back to the captain Ramos. Ray, remembering back to your days as a young player, if one of your leaders had criticized you for not being up to his level, how do you respond?
Play better.
Din Aspas, Diaz wide, Planes, decent ball across, but Ramos in the way. Leaping over Nolito in the process. Celta starting to tighten the screws. Just off target, Nolito, scraping more rust off in the process.
And well defended by Casemiro.
Kovacic dumping it into the middle, trying to find Ronaldo.
Poor ball. Poor ball. And he can look frustrated, rightfully so. The space was a cow's field behind the back line of Celta. He'd found himself level with them, a yard behind them actually, and just needed the ball played into a better area for him. Needs better service in that situation. Look out.
Out wide for Carvajal, drives it to the 18. Slight touch. Back in danger, laid off for Borja. Drives it past 2 defenders, but not the captain Mayo.
Good play between Borja and Carvajal there. Great 1-2. And Cristiano Ronaldo showing himself, saying, just hang it up there, kid. He whipped it across dangerously, but easily covered by Celta. Cristiano wanted the ball upstairs.
Real Madrid have scored more than 30% of their goals off headers, best in the league. Here is Vasquez into the middle. Down goes Ronaldo, seemed to be bumped, but the only whistle from the stands. And now a collision, Nolito in the corner, and it will draw a foul.
Good football from Real Madrid to set up Cristiano. That certainly looked as if he had contact made on him. In the referee's eyes, he's saying he went down too easily. Celta player saying, I didn't touch you. We'll take a look. As Mr. Slick rose beautifully and had his focus locked on this. This is the nothing at the end of it.
Yellow card, Nolito.
It's not what we want to see, it's this. And
Sergio
going up
Gomez
for the ball together, and he's very close to him. Was there an intentional push into him?
Saw a harder hit by Ramos on an earlier clearance the other way, so at least calling it even.
It was close, that
Isco
one.
Across the 6, back post, slapped away and over the bar to deny Casemiro. Ruben Blanco again.
Now, finally this crowd giving this youngster respect and that appreciation. Rises beautifully, Casemiro, pushes Pepe out of the way, saying, I got this one, Portugal.
Ball back in, headed by Pepe, and this one does go home.
And Portugal says, I'll teach you how to do it. Casemiro, here, the Portuguese peach rises, and it ain't Cristiano. Pepe meets the train at the station beautifully and punches it with great direction away from Ruben Blanco. This may look an easy header. In this traffic, it is not. That's a tremendous header by Pepe. He rises above everybody, including his own teammate. Look at this again. Like a fresh salmon from a summer stream. And beautiful jackknifing header from Portugal.
First goal of the season for Pepe. First goal in nearly a year since he scored against Valencia last season. And what a huge goal it is, taking the pressure off before the half. 4 minutes remain. Celta coming close, but Real Madrid getting it done. Radoya, Nolito. Would have been the first of the year by Casemiro as well. And it does lead to the ensuing corner. Yes, scampering over. Lanes to the inside. Nolito, good ball. Orellana, edge of the 18. Drops it back. Lanes to Diaz.
Casemiro again, really doing a good job here.
Snuck inside by Planes, but cleared away. Aspas dropping back to the midfield. Seen a lot of this play from Celta in the Real end. Edge of the area. Two men colliding, Kovacic and Casemiro.
Casemiro it is, it clips Orellana, I believe, just as he gets by him. Very little, but no, it is, you're right, Phil, it is. Kovacic is another good look. That's a tremendous header. He's leaning back, watch this, he's leaning back away from it, and he's still able to direct it beautifully away from the goalkeeper, not onto target, youngsters. Forget about onto target. You need to direct it away from the keeper. Pepe, international class and quality, tells how it should be done. A truly tremendous header.
Not just snapping his neck, he actually turns his whole body to guide that ball. It's an interesting point you make, Ray. You don't get extra points for sticking it in the corner. You just got to get it past the keeper. 4 in the wall. Celta looking for an equalizer. The Chilean Orellana. It skims off the head of Ramos, and they'll try it from the corner. 44th minute reached. Us with a word of wisdom. Will it pay off in an equalizer? This will swing in towards Keylor Navas. Sailing high, sailing long. and out for a goal kick. Huge goal in the 41st for Pepe, taking some of the pressure off. It was Casemiro again. That one might have been going in.
Yeah, well, Casemiro in turned away, just like him. Remember that save, Madridistas, that he pulled out of his beautiful Costa Rican hat, not once but twice, to keep us in a game.
Volkswagen
that
halftime
look as
coming
if
up.
It was certainly worrying them.
Plenty of highlights from this first half for both sides. But the only one that's gone in for the hosts. Carvajal keeps it going. Here's Vasquez with a burst of speed. The 24-year-old winger. Back heel Ronaldo. Back for Vasquez, and he couldn't quite control it. Nice touch by Borja. "20 years of age. His first game in nearly 3 months. And all he's got to do is shut out the top scoring team in La Liga. Did well over the opening 40 and eventually breached.
He did superbly well. Even his team in the game was very, very well contested in this first half. Very even game until Pepe tilted the table.
Kovacic, not quite that ability to turn the corner, but does get a corner out of it. 3 saves for Blanco. Nothing he could do with a well-placed shot from Pepe. 90 seconds of added time remain. Can Real Madrid get a second here? Almost to Pepe. Cleared by the defense. They'll swing to the far side and try it again. Set plays huge for Real Madrid. That's the 18th they have scored.
Taking care of Pepe in these situations. The Spanish youth international, a youngster trying to keep tracks with big Pepe.
Moving near post, only as far as Vaz clears it away. Real Madrid regroups. Decent down the line. Falls for Isco. Overlap for Borja Mayoral, but stripped away. Maybe a chance for Aspas. A little slip, though, in the middle by Orellana. Straight back to Real Madrid. Casemiro. Ronaldo, a little sloppy. Gives it away. Is there time? Rodoya. Lito. Deceptively elusive. Good ball. Gets around Carvajal. Lifted back to the middle, but just over Aspas. Rodoya again. Celta not done yet. Can get in towards the Chilean. Cleared away, and that is going to do it.